Well, good morning from the San Antonio Alamo KOA holiday.
Well, yeah, today we are going to explore the Alamo city itself.
I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
Beautiful morning here in San Antonio, and we are going to have breakfast. They do have a breakfast place here at the campground.
This is actually my second time here. I was here back in February of 2018 and it was cold and miserable. So they invited me to come back. They have a pickup window with some outdoor seating and some indoor seating as well. Oh, and free coffee. It is overall very pleasant. And we're starving.
Well, that was a good breakfast. We're gonna spend the rest of the morning here. We're gonna do some laundry and take care of a couple of things. I'm gonna edit some video, and then we're going into downtown, into San Antonio proper. A little pricey, but then again, you're paying for the convenience of not having to get out of the RV park and finding something to eat outside. So
it is such a nice RV park though, and they have bike rentals and all that good stuff.
There's the pond, and here's the pool.
No swimming in the pond, as the sign says, but it seems like a perfect spot to fly the drone and see our surroundings from a higher perspective. There's downtown in the distance. Doesn't seem all that far away now, does it? We are so close to downtown that we've decided to leave the truck here at the campground and take an Uber instead.
Here we are.
Well, of course, it is the Alamo, and that's the line to go in, but we've been inside before, so we're going to skip it. Besides, they don't allow photography of any kind, strictly enforced, so wouldn't be able to show you anyways. But the gardens are beautiful, and they have some monuments and artifacts, and Davy Crockett. The main building here, the Chapel of the Alamo Mission, is known as the Shrine of Texas Liberty. Yep, lots of history here. The tall tower is called Tower of the Americas, and we'll be going there later for some commanding views of the city. This monument here in front of the Alamo is Alamo Cenotaph, also called the Spirit of Sacrifice. It bears the names of those who died in the Battle of the Alamo, which was a pivotal event in the Texas Revolution. Oh no, they have the scooters here too. I'm gonna ride on one of those one of these days. From the first time I came to San Antonio, I thought the city had a unique character, that of an older city shaped by the passage of time. And indeed, San Antonio was founded as a Spanish mission and colonial outpost back in 1718, so it recently celebrated its 300th anniversary. Let's check out the Buckhorn here.
Cafe is open till 7 o'clock. We have the saloon and over 40,000 square feet of exhibits on 2 floors. Upstairs in the Buckhorn Museum, we have animals.
That's a lot of dead animals.
We're having a Bocarita, which is the signature drink.
Well, as you can see, that was very refreshing. Oldest continuously operating bar, that's what I said, right? In San Antonio.
Here they have these convex and concave mirrors that make you look funny, and a shooting gallery. They have a museum and a bunch of other attractions. A huge tourist trap, but the bar itself seems to be legit. Yeah, whenever you see one of these Zoltar machines, it's kind of a telltale.
Alright, that was cool. Let's continue to the Riverwalk.
Here we are at the famous Riverwalk with its electric boat tours and plentiful restaurants, and we're gonna do both. Let's go do the boat first and then we'll have a late lunch. Coming up ahead is the famous Selena Bridge, and here's where we're gonna take the tour.
It's $12 per ticket for a 35-minute ride. Let's go do it.
There's once again the Selena Bridge, named after the late Tejano singer Selena Quintanilla, after the bridge was featured in the movie about her life. By the way, our boat has the worst audio system. It is almost impossible to understand what our guide is saying. I mean, it is still a very pretty ride, even if the audio is almost unintelligible. Gotta have mariachis, right? And here's Casa Rio, the oldest restaurant on the river, operating here since 1946. And that's where we plan to eat later. The Marriott over there stands on the original location of the Fairmont Hotel, which did set the record as the largest building ever moved. We'll see it later too. We are now approaching the Convention Center and the Lila Cockrell Theater, named after San Antonio's first female mayor, and its famous mosaic mural. Coming up ahead is where the boat turns around, and this is kind of an artificial extension of the Riverwalk. And here's another spot where you can buy tickets and board this same tour. In fact, we will do this again in a couple of days as part of the RV Caravan with us San Antonio rally, so I can't wait to show you all this from a slightly different perspective and much better audio. The building with the flag is the 30-story tall Tower Life building, dating back to 1929. The red monument with all the scaffolding, that's the Torch of Friendship, a gift from the Mexican government to the city of San Antonio. And here's the Hotel Palacio Del Rio, completed in only 9 months because of its innovative modular design. It was constructed for the 1968 World's Fair. And there's Rosita's Bridge as we approach La Villita. Yeah, this one is pronounced as you would in Spanish. And it was one of San Antonio's first neighborhoods, preserved during the construction of the Riverwalk. We will visit a little more in depth on foot later today. And here's the amphitheater, famous for the movie Miss Congeniality, with the stage with the 5 bells. This island with the 100-year-old cypress tree is called Bearish Island. Because of the island's heart shape, it is a symbol of good luck to newlyweds. And apparently, lots of weddings take place there. Passing now much closer to the Tower Life building. Ooh, check out the gargoyles. And that over there, that is the courthouse. What a view. Look at all the lovelocks. A tradition sure started after Pont des Arts in Paris. I'm sorry to say, our tour is nearly over.
The tree that grew from the wall.
Let's go find Casa Rio. Although we are in Texas, I could also go for some nice barbecue or a steak. Although we might stick to Casa Rio. We already had Mexican in mind, and it is the oldest restaurant around here after all, so we're gonna stick to the original plan.
Yeah, they have mariachis over there too. It's a thing. Okay, I thought it was unique to the Casa Rio. No.
Here we are.
This place is huge. The oldest restaurant on the river since 1946. Cheers. We got the regular margarita. It's pretty good. And we're munching on some chips and salsa to start. Cheers.
We've got pigeons on top of our umbrella. The food is really good. If a little bland, somehow I was expecting it to be more spicy.
Alright, let's go.
We gotta use the restroom anyways, so let me show you the rest of the restaurant. Alright, let's walk towards La Villita, which, as I mentioned, is very historic, one of the oldest neighborhoods, although nowadays it is mostly shopping and dining. Here's the amphitheater we saw earlier from the boat, and that modular hotel, and the 5 bells representing the 5 Taco Bells in town, or at least that's the local joke. No, I didn't think it was funny either. And this is it, La Villita. Let's walk around a little bit and maybe try to find some coffee. That enchilada and chili con carne we had, it's really making me sleepy. Here we are. I smell coffee. There's no one here, but the espresso seems to be good. Our next stop, the Tower of the Americas, also built for the 1968 World's Fair. We're walking across Hemisphere Park, which is basically the grounds where the World's Fair took place. This was actually the tallest observation tower in the United States from 1968 until 1996, when the Las Vegas Stratosphere Tower was completed. There's a fee to ride the elevator to the top, but I think we found a loophole. If you go to the Chart House restaurant or the bar, there's no fee. So that's what we're gonna do, and it happens to be happy hour.
I call wine with a view.
Is that the Alamo I see down there? Alright, let's go back down. They have an antique car exhibition here. I just love the look of those purely mechanical engines from a time before everything was controlled by a computer chip. Let me tell you, if I had the mechanical skills or the money to maintain one of this, I would love to have something from the 70s or perhaps even the 50s, my two favorite decades when it comes to antique cars. Ooh, here you can take a picture looking like an angel. Very nice park here, and it even looks like they are going to have live music later today.
Cobarde. Instituto Cultural de México.
This is a campus belonging to the National Autonomous University of Mexico. And here they have some art. This seems to be a secret passage going towards the river walk, although we are getting kind of tired.
Okay, and we're back by the river walk. We come full circle. Yeah, this is the end. That's where the boat turns around right there. Pretty cool. We have to look for that building that they moved. Well, this building right here, the Fairmount Hotel, holds the record as the largest building ever moved. It used to be where the Marriott is located right now, so they moved it all the way from over there to over here.
We are going to take an Uber back to the KOA and call it a day. When we return in about 90 seconds, the adventure continues. We are going to visit a brewery and a winery in Hill Country and a famous barbecue joint as we make our way ever so slowly towards Austin, the state capital.
Before we continue, I want to talk about the Ridge Wallet, who are very kindly sponsoring this episode, and they make all kinds of products, not just the Ridge Wallet. They have like this nice backpack and they have chargers, but their flagship design is this wallet, which is a very minimalist style. You know, it's just two sheets of metal. Let me show you how it works, because for a long time I've had, you know, like everybody else, a regular bifold wallet. You know, it's the old style, and if you are like me, you know, I put all kinds of stuff in here that I don't really need, like receipts, and before you know it, it's like a softball in my pocket. And all you really need is a couple of credit cards, your driver's license, and maybe insurance card. And that's what this is perfect for. Let me show you. Well, here you go. This is all I really need, especially us RVers who are more into that minimalist lifestyle. This is all you really need. A couple of credit cards, a little bit of cash, and then you put it in your front pocket. And that's all you carry around. You don't have to carry a big bifold or trifold wallet. By the way, this is super durable. It's just two sheets of metal. They have carbon fiber, they have titanium, they have aluminum, or aluminium as they say, and it is RFID blocking as well, so it protects your privacy.
So check them out, ridge.com/myrv. And if you use the code MyRV, you get a 10% discount. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Well, good morning. Today we're going to Austin, the capital of the Lone Star State. But first, let's take a little detour to the scenic route through hill country. I hear it's supposed to be beautiful. Fredericksburg, here we are. Super cute and touristy town with a German influence actually, but it's one of those places with diagonal parking, which is not ideal if you want to park with the trailer in tow. If it was parallel parking, I could have taken 2 parking spaces, but we're just gonna have to continue and come back some other time. Instead, we are going to visit the Altstadt Brewery. They do have oversized parking, so let's check it out. Very pretty building they have here. Here's the bar. And what do we have here? Apparently they offer tours as well. We're gonna have an alt beer because that's their specialty. The grounds are beautiful and they have this large outdoor seating area so you can have your beer al fresco. Or not. It is kind of hot actually. And timing is everything. They have a line now.
Oh, this is fun. Let's continue. East, actually, towards Austin, Texas.
By the way, in case you didn't notice, this whole area full of breweries and wineries. Yep, I like it. By the way, I don't know exactly how it works, but during the weekends they seem to have a shuttle service that drives people around the wineries and the breweries, so you don't have to drive yourself. Here we are at Messina Huff Winery, which is a Harvest Hosts member, although we're not gonna spend the night here. We just want to see it, maybe sample the local reds. There, that's one of those wine shuttles I was talking about. And here we are, parked right next to the vines. Ah, it's divine. Here's the tasting room, and what do you do in a tasting room?
This is the Viognier.
Exactly, tasting some wine.
Yes. Paolo blend.
That's gonna be really dry.
That's the good stuff. Tanning heaven.
Pretty nice. Next time we're definitely gonna take advantage of our Harvest Hosts membership and spend the night here. They have some outdoor seating as well.
Yeah, they have a food truck.
Alright, we're gonna go back to Minitini the trailer and take a break. Our next stop is definitely going to be a place to eat. And we've been in Texas for a few days already, so we are way overdue for some good barbecue. This is such a beautiful area, isn't it? Such a beautiful drive. After much deliberation, we've decided to stop at this barbecue joint called the Salt Lick. It comes highly recommended, and the place is huge. It is also packed. Let's see if we can find a spot where we can park with the trailer in tow. I think our best bet is going to be all the way to the back. Yep, back here. This is where we're gonna park it.
Texas is hot.
We're gonna have to walk a little.
This place is huge.
We're in Texas, alright, where everything's bigger. There seems to be a line. Actually, all these famous barbecue places in Texas seem to have long waiting times. I think we found a loophole.
It's a 90-minute wait, so we decided to take.
Yes, it is a 90-minute wait if you want to sit down at a table. But we found out that the waiting time is much shorter if you go to the to-go line. I mean, take a look at this place. All these people are waiting, which I wouldn't mind all that much if we weren't so hungry. I mean, there is live music, beer, nice ambience.
This place in true Texas fashion is huge.
Here's the indoor sitting area, I guess. There's even another outdoor sitting area back here.
Let me go back.
Yes, let me go back quickly. Ili is waiting for me at the to-go line. I just wanted to walk around the whole place, and I'll leave the camera rolling so you get an idea of the sheer size of this place.
Play the game.
Good music too. All these people out here are waiting to get a table. So yeah, it is a long line. We're just gonna get as I said, grab a to-go order and eat it inside Minitini, as you do when you have an RV. Well, we ended up eating in Minitini with a view of this. Bon appetit! Well, the salt lick lives up to the reputation, finger licking good. I can still taste it. By the way, tip of the day, if you're in a bit of a hurry, go to the takeout line. It took about what, 15 minutes? And there was a 90-minute wait to eat inside. And since we have an RV anyway, I mean, we missed the communal experience of eating with other people, but it's the same food. All right, about 30 minutes to our destination, the Pecan Grove RV Park in Austin, Texas. We'll see where we go from there.
On the next episode, another great city, Austin, Texas.
Texas is hot.